very warm welcome to our friend and our colleague, Dr. Michael Saunders, Vice President of Science and Innovation at our Hughes Research and Innovation Center, based at our headquarters in Utah. So, Mike, thank you so much for being with us today. We are all looking forward to hearing from you, and I'm handing it straight over to you.
Thank you, Kath. I appreciate it. So, Kath mentioned this trip to Slovenia, which I'm going to talk about just a little bit because it is something that I think was a pretty unique experience for everybody. I want to start off by saying thank you to Boston, who hosted the event. I have not been a part of an event like that ever in my life. It was some really key, important leaders. The founder of Synergy, Dan Higginson. We had Bart, we had Paul, and myself, and we were all talking partly about business. I'm not really a business guy, I'm a product guy. But what I learned from this meeting and what really got me excited about this meeting is, one, I learned a little bit more about our compensation plan, just sitting and listening to some of these really, smart business guys talking about why Synergy is such a great company to be a part of. And our compensation plan is really great. I've looked into this a little bit, and, it's a company I would want to be a part of, because I know that I'm going to be able to be successful. Now, why is it exciting to me that our business side is so good? For me, it's exciting because the more our business succeeds, the more people are using product. And that's really what I want, is people using our product on a regular basis. And I feel like our product is so good that if you're using our product, if you start using our product for whatever reason, you're going to start becoming healthier. It may be that it was a business opportunity that got you started, but eventually it becomes a health opportunity for yourself. It becomes a health opportunity for your family, a health opportunity for your friends, and yeah, a business opportunity as well. But when you're succeeding in business and getting healthier, that's just, it's a win-win situation for everyone. And we talked about this performance power pack, and we also talked about some statistics that I have access to that are from a company called Euromonitor, which is basically a large company that compiles statistics about what people in Europe are buying, what they're saying, what they're thinking about supplements. So I'm going to start off with this first graph, which is Eastern Europe, and it shows the trends, the growth in the supplement industry in Eastern Europe, and then also in Western Europe. The trends are actually quite similar. There's a little bit more percent growth in Eastern Europe, partly because the starting point is a little bit lower. Smaller changes make a bigger difference percentage-wise, but the trends are very similar. One thing I want to point out is there is significant growth in the supplement industry across Europe. This is something that has trended pretty high even before COVID, but COVID kind of really sparked an interest in health because people realized healthy people that were getting sick were getting well. Unhealthy people that were getting sick were not getting well as quickly or were not getting well. And so people started to think more about their health overall, and supplements became a bigger portion of our expenditure over the course of the years since COVID. Another thing that I really want you guys to think about, and it's the same for both Eastern and Western Europe, is the idea of combination supplements, herbal combinations, herbal and non-herbal combinations. So there has been a tradition of single ingredient supplements that have been quite successful. And there still are a few single ingredient supplements that really stand out, things like fish oil. Fish oil is a great single ingredient supplement. But there's many multi-ingredient supplements that are not just gaining traction, but kind of dominating the market. And I really want to talk about with these multi-ingredient, multi-complex formulas. I want to point out why our products really fit this concept. And really, the Performance Power Pack really, truly fits this concept. And I'm going to start out with our Pro 360 Beats. It's built to be synergistic. It's built to have a blend of ingredients that make a function that goes way beyond what you would see from a single ingredient. We call it Pro 360 Performance Beats, but it is way more than just beets. It is a blend of phytonutrients. It is energy supporting macronutrients. And these phytonutrients, they significantly support blood flow. They significantly support balancing oxidative stress in the body. They support increasing the life time of nitric oxide in the body. So you get a longer, stronger effect from this product than you would get. A product that was built with a conscious effort towards being superior and having synergistic effect amongst the ingredients. And we're doing some research right now. It's still super preliminary, so I didn't make a picture of it or anything. But we're looking at things like ORAC score, things like antioxidant potential, things like AGE. AGEs are advanced glycosylation endpoints. These are basically if you have excess levels of oxidative stress in your body and you're consuming unhealthy foods all the time, particularly sugars, things like that, the sugar molecules actually oxidize and then they attach themselves to proteins in your body. The most well-known of these AGEs is actually hemoglobin A1C. That's the measure that people go to the doctor, and if they're having high blood sugar for a long period of time, their hemoglobin A1C level is high. Hemoglobin A1C is hemoglobin that's been oxidized and attached to a sugar molecule, basically. So this is an AGE. We're looking at the potential of our products compared to competitors as far as reducing overall oxidative stress, reducing AGE levels in the body, balancing inflammation in the body. If you compare our product to like a typical beet product on the market, it's not even close. I mean, these numbers are really, truly staggering. We're talking 2 to 3 times the effect in the body. I want to talk a little bit about Pro 360 Greens. This is a combination of, again, multiple ingredients, and it's multiple ingredients put together in a way to create a specific effect. One of the key effects that we're getting from this product is just the 2 servings of vegetables, but it also gives you a blend of nutrients that create a feel for the product. This blend of phytonutrients, the blend of adaptogens and nootropics gives you a product that actually helps with enhancing mood, making you feel better, making you have less fatigue, things like that. It is a blend of multiple ingredients put together in such a way that it creates synergy within itself. And then when I combine it with our Pro 360 Beats, it actually enhances the effect of that product as well. They work together. One, the Pro 360 Beats enhances blood flow. There are aspects of our Pro 360 Greens that enhance blood flow as well. And then because of that enhanced blood flow, I'm getting increased nutrient delivery throughout my body. So the effect of the greens product, of all those vegetables, all those phytonutrients, is enhanced because they're delivered more efficiently throughout my body. And then we have Pro-arginine, #1 product for cardiovascular health. When we're thinking heart health, we're thinking Pro-arginine, but it's so much more than that. I'm going to talk a little bit more about some of the multifunctional effects of Pro-arginine and just nitric oxide stimulation within the body. But again, the key thing here, consumers are wanting multi-ingredient products that really deliver more than you would get from a single component, that deliver more than what you could expect to get from a handful of generic products that I would buy from a discount store or something. Pro-arginine is truly a formula that was built better than other formulas. It's a formula that's been around for a long time, but it's still the best formula on the market. That is a testament to how well it was built. The ingredients work together synergistically to enhance blood flow in a way that you really won't see in other products. We've done studies in the Hugh Center comparing it to multiple arginine-based products on the market, and none of them give the same effect as far as salivary nitrite levels, as far as overall blood flow enhancement that you get from Pro-arginine. It's still the best product out there for cardiovascular health, and it probably will always be. I truly believe that. Going back to this Euromonitor's data, these are the top 5 things that people are thinking about when they're thinking about supplements. One thing, people are thinking about supplements and they want more from their supplements. They want their supplements to do more, but these categories, these 5 categories, are the ones that they're most interested in. And these 5 categories are general health. They just want to feel better. People don't want to feel sluggish. They don't want to feel low energy. They don't want to have problems with getting sick. So general health, immune health, those kind of almost overlap. And then bone strength, energy, and beauty. Those are the top categories right now across Europe. And if you look a little bit more at the details of the different categories, again, general health is not only the top category, but it's actually growing pretty strongly. If you look at the data from 2018 to 2023, there are a few categories that are really growing quite a bit. Things like memory health, women's health, eye health, anything to do with mood. These are all growing a ton, but they started off a little bit smaller. So even though they're growing, they have less of an impact on the overall market than general health, immune health, digestive health. That's another key one. Now, I want you to think about Pro 360, not just Pro 360, really the whole Performance Power Pack. It's kind of a general health easy button. And the first thing I want to talk about is these 2 servings of vegetables from our performance greens. If I look at what happens to my body when I start consuming vegetables, and first I want to go to this slide before I talk about that, because this slide just shows what we actually are consuming. If you look across Europe, there are a few places that do an okay job with consuming vegetables. I would say the Netherlands and Ireland, they're doing okay. You got maybe, 25% of the populations that's consuming the full 5 servings of vegetables. Most places, you're literally looking at close to half the population consuming 0 servings of vegetables. The majority of people, the vast majority of people, either 0, 1, 2, fewer than they should be of vegetables. Now, I want to go back to this other slide. We know we're not consuming enough vegetables. Europe's doing better than the US where I live, but we're still under consuming vegetables because of the increase in processed foods, because of convenience foods. Because we're eating out more often. We just don't consume the vegetables we should. This statistic on this slide, if you consume 200 grams of vegetables per day, you have a significant reduction in risk of mortality across all causes of mortality. You have a decrease in the risk of things like cardiovascular disease, things like metabolic health problems, just because you're consuming vegetables. So this is huge. If you're consuming 200 grams of vegetables, which is about 2.5 servings a day, then you have a significant health benefit just in terms of general health. You're going to get less of these non-communicable diseases that are becoming more and more and more prevalent in our society just by consuming vegetables. And our Pro 360 Greens has 2 servings. You're basically almost to the 2.5 that you need to have some of these benefits. So it's a huge, huge benefit, just the 2 servings of vegetables on general health. I'm going to talk a little bit more about general health later and some of the impact of the rest of Performance Power Pack. General health is really kind of what these are about. Pro 360 line and Pro Arginine, even though Pro Arginine is kind of a heart health product, they really truly are products that are general health products in the context that they make you feel better. They make you healthier, less likely to get non-communicable diseases. They make you more metabolically healthy. Being more metabolically healthy makes you feel better. It increases your overall health and reduces so much of the other stuff that's going on wrong with people today. It's a huge, huge effect. When people talk about being healthy, what do they mean when people say being healthy? The number one thing that people actually mean when they're saying, I want to be healthy, they want to feel good. They want mental well-being. A healthy immune system is number 2. Getting enough sleep, emotional well-being, absence of disease, maintaining a healthy weight. These are all some of the big, big, big ones. Fitness and endurance, physical strength. These are kind of the top concerns that people have and what people mean when they say, I want to be healthy. The Performance Power Pack really strongly hits those areas. We talked about our Performance Greens and the mental health effects of the blend of adaptogens and nootropics that are in there. We've talked about what happens when I drink Pro Arginine. I feel better because I'm getting enhanced blood flow to the brain. That's it. Even though it's a heart health product, it has so much in terms of mental health. We're talking fitness, exercise, strength. You couldn't have a better pack than the Performance Power Pack because One, I'm getting all the nutrition I need to actually succeed as an athlete. Two, I'm getting enhanced blood flow. This is basically, if I combine my Pro 360 beats, my Pro Arginine and my E9, it's the best pre-workout I could get. I'm getting enhanced blood flow. I'm getting increased energy. I'm getting natural energy. I'm getting enhanced mitochondrial function. I'm getting long-term improvements in my physical performance because of these three products. This product system was designed as a metabolic health system. And when I'm talking metabolic health, that's cardiovascular health, that is blood sugar control, that is weight management, that's all of those types of things. That's what metabolic health is. So it was designed as a metabolic health system, but it's also a mental well-being system. It is also a sport performance system. And when I start to really dial in my metabolic health, all other aspects of my health start to change. This is something, we have a lot of people that say, you know what, I'm feeling sick. I'm feeling like I have a problem. What should I take because I'm feeling sick? What should I take because I'm tired all the time? What should I take because I get sick more often than I should? And there are specific products that target these types of concerns. If I go to a person that is saying, I'm not feeling good, they show me their diet, they show me their exercise levels, they show me their body weight, they show me their blood sugar levels, they show me their overall metabolic health, and their metabolic health is terrible. It almost doesn't matter what I give them to fix their problem because their metabolic health is so poor that they're going to continue to feel bad. And metabolic health is, because we're not metabolically healthy, we have symptoms of poor metabolic health. And it's not that we have disease necessarily, we just have, we don't feel good. If we address metabolic health at a foundational level by providing enhanced cardiovascular health through enhanced blood flow, through whole food nutrition, if we provide 2 servings of vegetables, if we provide all of these different things that are going to foundationally change my metabolic health at a level that you really won't see with a traditional supplement, you start to see people feeling better. You start to see people making better choices in other aspects of their life because they feel better. And when you feel better, it's easier to do the right thing in other areas. This is an interesting chart because it shows where people really feel like the supplements that are on the market are not helping them as much as they could be. The most desired treatments that are not being helped are things like obesity and weight management, things like stress and anxiety, things like depression and mental health, things like digestive issues. These are some of the key ones that really are not being addressed. There's also sleeping problems and a few other things in there, mobility problems, things like that. They're not being addressed very well because supplements don't really work very well in some of these areas if, like I was saying before, these problems are being caused by overall poor lifestyle choices. If I'm having a terrible diet and I'm not exercising, yeah, I'm going to be overweight. Yeah, I'm not going to feel as good. I'm going to have depression. I'm going to have mental health issues. I'm going to have stress and anxiety issues. And these are caused because our systems are out of whack because we're not exercising and we're not eating right. Again, Pro 360 line is literally designed to change your health at a foundational level from a metabolic health perspective. And I really want to go in now to some of these other areas, how these products work beyond just what they're designed for, because they're designed to improve your health, but we tend to categorize products in a very narrow window. We say our Pro 360 Performance Greens, that's 2 servings of vegetables. It's a greens product. It literally could be a cognitive performance product. It has ingredients in there at a level and a quantity, clinically proven ingredients and amounts, that if we just took out that one single blend of adaptogens, nootropics, and phytonutrients, we could literally create a product. We just don't want to have that separate product. We want to have a product that is giving you these metabolic health benefits, but also making you feel good at the same time. Some of these products actually they have applications across different categories. Nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is something that we know a lot about because we should be experts in ProArgin. We really should. We should be experts at this point, a little bit at least, in Pro 360 Beats. Both of these products, through different mechanisms, increase nitric oxide levels in the body. Nitric oxide is actually a super important molecule as far as immune health and as far as gut health goes. which is something that most people don't really think about. When we're thinking about nitric oxide, we're just thinking about blood flow, cardiovascular health, the typical kinds of things that nitric oxide does for our body that are the first thing that we think about. But nitric oxide is actually critical to maintaining gut barrier integrity because, one, you're enhancing nutrient delivery to the gut, but nitric oxide is actually critical as a molecule on its own for gut barrier integrity. It's also critical for immune defense. We have in our body our enos pathway, our endothelial nitric oxide synthase pathway. That's the one that is responsible for nitric oxide in the context of increasing cardiovascular health, for vascular dilation, for blood vessel dilation. But we also have inos, which is an immune-based nitric oxide synthase, where nitric oxide is actually created in high quantities in a very, very small area and is used as a biological weapon to actually kill bacteria and other pathogens. So our body uses nitric oxide as an immune health molecule as well. So when I'm taking pro-arginine, yes, I'm enhancing my health as far as cardiovascular health, but I'm also giving my body tools to create improved immune health as well and gut barrier function. This shows some of the effects of nitric oxide across the body and its benefits to human beings. Many of these effects are associated with cardiovascular health. These are some of the things that we already know. Increases blood flow, helps balance blood pressure, improves endothelial function, reduces arterial stiffness. That's a big one. Arterial stiffness, I want to talk about that real quick, just because that's one of the major signs of aging, basically. As we age, if we age in an unhealthy way, our arteries tend to stiffen. And as our arteries stiffen, then our blood flow is not our heart has to work harder to deliver blood throughout our body because our arteries actually act to echo the heartbeat. They're supposed to stretch and contract over and over again, help echo that heartbeat, to help pump blood throughout the body. As they become stiffer and stiffer, they can't stretch and contract properly. And so the heart has to work harder and harder. And this is one of the leading indicators of an unhealthy cardiovascular system. And it's very much associated with age. It's also associated with lack of exercise. It's associated with poor blood flow. It's associated with poor diet. And by consuming products that enhance nitric oxide levels in the body, I'm effectively exercising my cardiovascular system in many ways, and I'm able to actually reduce arterial stiffness. So if I'm taking my pro-arginine every day, if I'm taking my Pro 360 beats every day, I have a significantly better opportunity to have less arterial stiffness than somebody who's not doing the same thing. Again, there's significant immune health benefits from enhancing nitric oxide production in the body. There are significant physical performance benefits. I'm a sports nutrition junkie. I love sports nutrition, and I almost never get asked sports nutrition questions until I went to Europe. And when I'm in Europe and people are talking to me, they want to know about exercise. They want to know about how our products can help them succeed in exercise. We've got a guy that does downhill skiing that's using the Pro 360 line and having significant improvements in his performance. He's like, hey, can you guys sponsor me? I don't need money. I just want product. That's so cool. And it's because these products, they work together to enhance performance. We've got people that I got to actually hold a gold medal when I was in Slovenia. We have one of our people from Italy that actually won a gold medal in archery, and I got to hold his gold medal. And they want to be part of Synergy because our products enhance athletic performance. They make them perform at a higher level, even if you're an Olympic athlete. And you don't have to be an Olympic athlete. You can be a weekend athlete like I am these days, or you can be somebody that's just trying to stay in a little bit better shape. And that's all you need to do. We have amazing products that help in many aspects of our health. Another area that I want to talk about is really quickly this tie between gut health, microbiome, and our brain, our cognitive health. When I talk about our Pro 360 beets and greens and pro-arginine as well, I could create an entire presentation about gut health, gut barrier function, reduction of toxins getting into the body, reduction of oxidative stress in the body, help balancing inflammation throughout the body. improving microbiome because of the blend of fibers that are in, especially the Pro 360 beets and the Pro 360 greens. And because of all of these effects, I'm improving my cognitive function in many, many ways. One of the main reasons why our brain struggles, there's a couple of different reasons. One, if you actually start eating unhealthy, if you say you have, in the US, we have Halloween. I love this holiday. It's one of my favorite holidays. But from a health perspective, one of the worst holidays you could possibly have because it's an excuse to binge on candy and junk food every year. If you take that one day and you really binge on sugar, it takes a full week for my brain to forget that I binged on sugar. My brain's still saying, hey, you had a lot of sugar that day. We want more. Because sugar is like easy energy for my brain. And my brain really thinks it wants sugar. Long term, sugar is actually an oxidizing molecule that causes damage to the brain. So much so that science is looking at things like Alzheimer's as type 3 diabetes, which is basically just excessively high amounts of sugar in the blood, sugar in the brain, leading to cognitive damage in the brain. Just eating the right foods can help with making my brain healthier. If I continue to eat the right foods, it's interesting, my brain starts to tell my body, hey, keep eating those same foods that you're eating. If I'm eating junk food, like I said before, my brain's telling my body, keep eating the junk food. When people say you are what you eat, you can say that and mean it in a lot of different ways. You can mean it in the sense that your brain is literally telling you to keep doing whatever you're doing. So whatever you're eating, you'll continue to crave, you'll continue to want to eat. You could talk about your microbiome. You are what you eat in the sense that what you're eating feeds not just your body, but also all of the bacteria, all of the microorganisms that live in your gut. And these microorganisms, they actually create molecules that our body needs. They help us digest food. They help with repairing and maintaining gut barrier function. They help maintain overall gut health. And because of that, they actually help with not just gut health, but cardiovascular health, athletic performance, cognitive health, many different areas of our health. We overeat sugar. And when we overeat sugar, we're feeding our entire microbiome, whatever bacteria we happen to have in there, which tends to give our unhealthy bacteria a competitive advantage because the unhealthy bacteria, they're able to defend their space a little bit more. They're able to create more pathogenic molecules, more molecules that kill off and eliminate other potentially healthy bacteria from the area. So when we're eating a healthy diet, a diet that's high in fiber and lower in sugar, we're actually helping rebuild those healthy bacteria because we're giving them a competitive advantage because they're the only bacteria that can break down these fibers. And one of the really important things about our Pro 360 greens is it's not just fibers, it's natural whole food fibers you really should be getting from your diet, but most people are not. And our body recognizes them, our bacteria in our microbiome recognizes them, and it actually is easier to digest and causes less things like gas and bloating and those kinds of issues than some of the other more synthetic fibers that you would see in some other less expensive or maybe more expensive but less quality products. So there's this tie between gut health, brain health, microbiome, and you're really addressing many things when you're using the Performance Power Pack. You truly are. This last concept is I wanted to talk about this because stress and anxiety is such an important area of concern for people right now. It's one of the top areas that people feel is under addressed in the supplement industry. And it is one of the top concerns for people as far as mental well-being, stress, and anxiety. These are the ways that in the Euromonitor survey that people say that they address stress and anxiety. Exercise, talking to a doctor, and taking supplements. Those are the top ones. With stress and anxiety, there's so much that ties into our overall metabolic health. Our Performance Power Pack really is truly a good solution for stress and anxiety. Not only are you getting increased blood flow, increased oxygen delivery to the brain, which immediately helps your brain function better, helps you feel better, helps you feel more energetic, you're also getting a long-term change in your microbiome, a long-term change in your digestive health, in your gut health, a long-term change in your metabolic health that starts to change how your brain is working on a day-to-day basis improves stress and anxiety, improves cognitive well-being. When people are talking about, I just want to feel better, I just want better general health, I just want to take a supplement, not have as many issues with just not feeling good. Our Performance Power Pack is really, truly an ideal solution for these people. They may not know it, but they probably have poor metabolic health. And one of the things that I really want to emphasize, one of the things that we talked about a lot in Slovenia was this concept of starting with the business. And I love this concept because there's so many supplements out there on the market. If I go say, hey, I have a supplement for you to try, most people aren't going to be all that interested in that supplement because there's the market is awash with supplements that don't work very well, supplements that aren't regulated very well, supplements that don't have high quality, supplements that aren't going to make you feel any different when you take them, that people are kind of turned off to the idea, somebody saying, hey, I want to sell you a supplement, or I want to give you a supplement even in some cases. But if you say, hey, look, I've got this great opportunity. If you sign up with Synergy, the next person that I sign up is going to be, in your downline and going to help you grow your business. People are going to be excited about that potentially. And they might start taking these products. And that to me is the win, because when they take these products, all of a sudden they feel better. And they're like, wow, I didn't even know I needed these products. I'm taking them every day. I don't have as many problems as I used to have. I'm losing weight. I'm feeling better. All because of these products. Now, I got to go tell somebody about that. I've got to share this. And it's not even about growing a business necessarily for these people. It's about, I've improved my health. I want to tell other people that I've improved my health. That's something that becomes powerful. So for me, sharing the message of these products, that's super important. Sharing the message of the business, that's super important. The reason why it's all super important is because you are changing lives by making people healthier in a truly foundational way. You are increasing people's health in a truly foundational way. And that's something that's why I do my job. That's why I'm excited. That's why I love being a part of Synergy. I left Slovenia more excited than I have ever been about Synergy in Europe, because I truly think that Synergy is growing now. And it's not just me. It's not just something that I think. We actually had our New Year's kickoff meeting on Monday. We all went down to Spanish Fork in Utah, and we had Terrence Moorhead, CEO of the company, talking about highlights of 2024, things that really went well in 2024, things that he was excited about. One of the number one things that he was talking about was double-digit growth in our Synergy markets in Central Europe. That hasn't happened before, as far as I know. That's huge. We are actually significantly growing, and I truly think that part of the reason why we're growing is because of a change in focus on how we're selling the business and the product together. This combination of products in a way that foundationally changes people's health, that makes people healthier, that makes people just want to share the story of Synergy because they feel better, because it's helping them, it's helping their family, it's helping their loved ones. Thank you very much. I think we have a little bit of time for questions, so I'm going to stop sharing. And Kath, if you want to jump back on, and I probably didn't read as many questions. I got kind of on a roll there, and stopped reading the questions as much as I normally do. So the first question is avocado and performance greens. No, it's not. There's no avocado and performance greens. It is a blend of things like spinach and kale and broccoli sprouts. Those are the types of greens that are in there. And there's also superfood algae in the product. There's spirulina and chlorella. So that's why we call it greens, because those are the green components. The 2 servings of vegetables, the superfood algae don't count as vegetables, but we have about 2 grams of superfood algae, which is actually a substantial amount, enough to actually get some of the clinical benefit that you would see from consuming these superfood algae. And one of the things that's so great about Pro360 Performance Greens, it's not just vegetables. It's vegetables that were specifically grown for nutrient density, for the actual content within the vegetable, not just vegetables that were grown to be big and full of water and juicy. And actually, we grow our vegetables to be less fibrous now than they have been in the past, because we don't like the taste of fiber. And this is something that I really think has dramatically impacted metabolic health more than any other thing that we have done. is we've just taken fiber out of most of the foods that we eat. We way underconsume fiber. And it doesn't matter if you're in the US, the UK, anywhere in Europe, globally, we underconsume fiber. And part of it is because we have either cultivated fiber out of our produce or we've removed fiber from our foods. Things like bread used to be healthy. I mean, there was a time where bread was actually healthy because it contained whole grain, because it was fermented through natural yeast as opposed to quick rise baker's yeast, because through that fermentation process that bread undergoes as it's rising, the gluten's being broken down by this bacteria yeast combination. So you have significantly less gluten, significantly more fiber. You have healthy bread. But now we have bread that is almost the equivalent of eating sugar. It's worse because nobody eats, 2 to 3 ounces of sugar, but people literally eat 2 to 3 ounces of bread that is the equivalent of sugar. So that's where these problems have come, is we consume so much in terms of simply broken down carbohydrates. It hits our system and our body doesn't know how to deal with it. We have a question about E9 as a part of the pack. So E9, it has become one of my favorite products. This is a product that I use most days as part of my pre-workout. What I love about E9 is the combination of ingredients gives not just a stimulant effect, but real natural energy. And if I'm looking at mitochondrial function is super important to anybody, but especially to an athlete. Mitochondria are basically what delivers energy to our body. They're the little engines of our muscles. If you look at fat, for example, fat doesn't have mitochondria. It doesn't produce any energy. It doesn't change my base metabolic rate. I could have 100 pounds of white fat on my body, and it's not doing anything as far as my base metabolic rate. That's how many calories I burn in a day without exercise. If I have an extra 100 pounds of muscle, which that's a lot of muscle, it's, huge, but I'm going to be burning significantly more calories each day because I have all of these extra mitochondria in the muscle that are functioning and converting the food that I'm eating to energy, and they're burning that energy as well. When people think about healthy fat, brown fat, the reason why it's called brown fat is because it has mitochondria in it. It actually does produce energy. It is thermogenic in nature. It helps our body burn calories, basically. The great thing about E9 is it's actually activating mitochondria within my body. It has extracts like green tea, and the green tea is not the caffeine source in this. Green tea is specifically in there to activate mitochondrial function. It's an extract that's very high in catechins and polyphenols. So I'm activating mitochondria within my body, which does a few different things. I use E9 mostly as a sports performance product, but E9 is actually a product that increases thermogenesis. And in the context of the performance, the Pro 360 greens and beets and Pro Arginine, if I'm burning more calories every day, that's going to help with weight management. It really, truly is. And if I'm combining it with my Pro 360 greens, for example, I'm increasing those molecules that enhance mitochondrial function, because my Pro 360 greens also has green tea. It also has some of these other polyphenols, these catechins, these things that work with my body to not just increase mitochondrial function, but also Pro 360 Performance Beets, which increases mitochondrial density. Now I'm compounding the effect. So I'm having more mitochondria and they're working more efficiently, and I'm burning more calories all the time just sitting at my desk. I mean, they really work together in a beautiful way. Again, I'm a sports performance guy, so I'm using it for sports performance, but it fits in so well with this metabolic health angle and the overall performance power pack concept of health that you can feel, which is what I love. That's what's so beautiful about this product pack. It's general health, it's metabolic health, it's cognitive function, it's mental health. It's so many different areas of our health, but it's health you can feel from the first time you take the product to improvements after a week, to improvements after a month, to, oh my gosh, I'm addicted to these products. I'm never going to stop taking them. That's what's so powerful about this product line.
Yeah, so time of day for products, but also somebody has also messaged me about, can you take all the products at the same time?
You can actually. My favorite product combination is actually beets and greens mixed together. If I mix pro-arginine with that, so my favorite, my favorite pre-workout is Pro 360 beets and pro-arginine. If I want, I can mix all three of them together. Again, there's some actual enhancement of effect. If I do mix all of them together, they can be consumed separately. They can be consumed at the same time. My morning workout, if I actually get a chance to go to the gym before work, which doesn't always happen because sometimes I have to get to work pretty early, I'm taking my E9, my pro-arginine, and my beets. Those are my three. That's my morning workout routine. If I'm working out at night, I'm taking my Pro 360 beets and my pro-arginine because I have a great effect on performance without having any of the stimulant. If I am in a situation where I'm feeling low energy and it's the early afternoon and I've got to get through the rest of my day, I've got to get some work done and I really have to stay focused and on top of my game, I'm going to take my greens and beets because that combination together, man, it really does a great job for improving my mental energy, making me able to focus better, making me able to do the things that I need to do without feeling that sluggish post-lunch hangover that sometimes people get. So yeah, product timing, it can depend on what you're looking to do, but they're really the important thing, the most important thing with these products is to be consistent with taking them every day. That really is. That's if I'm taking my greens every day, I'm getting 2 servings of vegetables every day. I'm getting a whole array of phytonutrients every day. I'm getting nootropics and adaptogens every day. If I'm taking my pro-arginine every day, I'm basically exercising my cardiovascular system every day. My pro-arginine, my Pro 360 beets together. I'm a gym rat. I like to go to the gym, but I miss sometimes, and this last year was actually a real struggle for me to keep up my cardiovascular training. But I've been taking my beets and greens every day. So it's interesting because the older I get, the longer it takes to get back to where I was from a fitness standpoint. But when I'm taking my beets and my pro-arginine every day, it helps me maintain my fitness. It really does, which is a pretty dramatic thing for me. And it's almost like giving me some of the benefits of that cardiovascular exercise for the times when I'm missing, for the times when I can't be doing it. Amazing products, truly amazing.